Hello once again, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Computer Specialist KB-G100 Plus keyboard combo. So that comes with a keyboard and mouse for just £11.99. So yeah, I'm not exactly expecting much myself, but it was cheap, and basically I just wanted a keyboard and mouse just for another computer basically. So I decided to buy this, and it's got LEDs, and well, I didn't really care about that. I just wanted to buy a cheap keyboard and mouse. So let's see. Now I usually would have a tripod, but I can't be bothered because this is quite a big box and I can't be bothered to prep it. Yeah, so there's the box. So let's have a look at the side. So CS, Computer Specialist, that's the manufacturer. And there we go. Okay, let's open it up and see what we get. God, let's pause it. There it is. So it's in its wrapping. So keyboard. And there's the mouse already coming out. Can't wait, can it? Right. Ooh. Feels very cheap. Yeah, but I expect it to be very cheap. Well, I'm going to pay a lot of money for what I need it for. So here we are, here's the keyboard. Now as for a cheap keyboard, I've typed on a lot worse, believe me. This well, it's cheap, but actually doesn't feel as bad as really cheap keyboards go. Let's have a look at the back. So it's got little feet on it. At least they didn't screw it there. There's no additional features on this. Oh look, we might have, look, got Windows things like volume control, skip and all that, so they have put some extra features here. Okay, but let's have a look at the mouse. Oh my god, that does feel cheap and light, but I expect it. So there's no it's optical as you expect, as most mouses are now. Don't even know if they're buildable ones with balls anymore. Yeah. So you get a length for cables, I'd say maybe a 2 metre cable, maybe, 1.5 2 metre. I think the cable might be slightly longer, but it's actually slightly thicker than the mouse. But that's it. But I think the next thing, let's turn it on. Let's plug it in. Turn it on, you don't turn it on, you just plug it in and it comes on. Okay, this keyboard and mouse set don't come with any instructions, so it's all guesswork. So to switch on the lights, you've got to push scroll lock. That's it really. So illuminates up quite nicely, but as I've got no instructions, I don't know if there's any way you can change the colour combination, sequences or anything like that. Honestly doubt it. Now it's on a white background, so it illuminates better. Yeah, so if you push scroll lock, it switches it off, switches it on, switches it off. That's it. Now the FN key, if you push that in conjunction with F1 or any of the others, it does different features. Yeah, but there is no instructions, so I can't tell if it does any other function other than that. But I don't think it does. I think this is what you get for your £11.99. But it does a function that I want it to do. It's just to be a keyboard. I don't really care about the illumination, but I just want it to be a keyboard. And it does that just fine. It works nicely. You know, I've done some tests, and it's not, as for a cheap keyboard, well, it's not as bad as any really cheap keyboard that I've used previously. It's got a nice, let's say a nice feel. It's just, all I can say, it does the job. That's all I'm going to say. It does the job, what I intended it to do. Now let's take a look at the mouse. So it lights up. Even works on this chair. It works fine. It serves its purpose as being a mouse. Yep. All works nicely. Does what it needs to do. Yeah, it's not a bad looking mouse. It's very light. Feels very cheap, but it does what it needs to do, is act as a mouse. So if you're looking for a very cheap mouse and keyboard set and don't want to spend a lot of money, I would recommend it actually. How long it lasts is another thing, but you know, will it last? I don't know. We'll soon find out. If it breaks, I'll make another video on it. Anyway, going to end this now. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, and goodbye. Right, I'll report a failure straight away. The mouse has stopped working. The buttons seem to work, but once you push one button, this is what happens. I'm moving the mouse about, push a button, it stopped working. Immediately out of the box, and only connected to my other PC. Started working for a bit, but it was so rubbish. It just, when you move it slightly, the arrow was sort of disappearing. This is terrible. Now, I might be suspecting it could be a USB problem, because that was the same port that the keyboard malfunctioned. Now, I'm not going to rule out that it was a mouse problem, because it could be a USB problem with that port. So still, the keyboard works on the other thing okay though. Yeah, so potentially it could be a mouse problem, or the USB port has caused it to malfunction. So I'm not going to put anything on the mouse just yet. Might be fine, but it ain't fine because it's not working. But as I said, before the button works, then hang on, let's use the other mouse. And I know it ain't got nothing to do with conflicting mouses, because this happened on the other machine and this was the only mouse plugged in. So I pushed the mouse button. So there is USB power going through it, so it's not a total failure, but could it be the mouse has failed, or is it the USB port that's made the mouse fail? Who knows? Thought I'd report that, but the keyboard seems to be working properly. But will I send it back? Not with the price I paid. It probably cost more to send it back than, yeah, nah, it's just not worth it. Anyway, going to end this now. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, and goodbye.